Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to my tier list of the game My Hero Mania. Everything said here is just my opinion, and you can kind of see that the quirks on the tier list are kind of scaled differently. Like, they look like the periodic table of elements. I'm not too sure why that happened, but anyways, let us begin. I'm gonna start with a hot topic here, so we'll start with cremation. I'm not sure why it's so small, but cremation's... Cremation's... Cremation S tier. Low S tier. Cremation has good cooldowns, good range, an abundance of damage, cool visual if you're into that sort of thing, and a decent move pool. Flame Burst is a good one move, Blue Embers is a good pressure move, can do chip damage. Pretty much consumes no energy and an amazing cooldown. Wave of Fire is an amazing move as well. It's like Hellflame Jetburn, but with less end lag, more range and damage. Blue Field does good enough damage, and it ensures that 100% no one comes close to you after the initial hit, because the initial hit does knockback damage. The after sparks do damage and light on fire, but not that much damage. And did I forget to mention that Cremation has the highest burn damage? Prominence Flash is a beast. It has higher range than Wave of Fire and more damage and a better hitbox. Its cooldown is unbelievable, like only 15 seconds. Overall, Cremation's a good quirk, however, the only problem is that you can miss quite a lot. Energy's not a problem, neither are cooldowns, but Cremation can sometimes be predictable. If you hit with Cremation, it's rewardable, and could end the fight just right there. Cremation's a low S tier. Now, Fierce Wings. Fierce Wings is a B tier. First move sucks ass. You're almost never gonna hit it. Second move, Wing Beat's a good move. You can escape with it, but Wing Beat can also be blocked. Note that Wing Beat is also an attack move. Some people still don't know that. Feather Blaze is an alright move. It's a straight dash, it's kind of predictable. Feather Flurry, now you're most likely never going to hit this move. In Fierce Strike, the ultimate move, the fifth move, does a lot of damage. But if an enemy dodges it, you will be stuck for a tiny bit until the animation is done, and you may get ragdolled in the process. Now we're at 14. I like that number, so we'll go to the commons. Ice. Ice is B tier. Good support quirk, good freezing. Super Strength is high B tier. I'd say it's like around here. Good combos and above average final move. Dark Shadow. Possibly one of the most overrated quirks in the early post-stress test. Dark Shadow isn't that good, but it's B tier. How do you expect a combo when its moves do knockback? Unless you're trying to do it on the wall, which is entirely dependent on the situation. It does have one thing going for it, and that is survivability. By that I mean its high defense during its Dark Anchor mode. It's best when your Quirk Mastery is above level 100 because it stops draining energy. Other than that, it's a solid B tier. In the script, I accidentally listed Dark Shadow as a common, but I like that layout. However, I'll continue with the comments. Super Regen is a D tier. It has no offensive moves, and its team heal could also actually heal the opponent instead. I value quirks that have range attacks, and only 14 out of the 16 quirks have range attacks. Killing your opponent with punch is almost a never good idea. Shock Absorption, on the other hand, it's also D tier, because it has no offensive moves as well, and with enough time, you could probably kill with Shock Absorption. Invisibility is a solid C tier because, well, it's in the name, it makes you invisible. You could pretty much be about anywhere. And unlike Super Regeneration and Shock Absorption, you actually do have a range attack. Light Refraction. It does a small amount of damage and it blinds you, although it doesn't blind you for that much time as Explosion Stun Grenade does. Invisibility is a C tier. It's still really weak though. Keep in mind Shock Absorption mode and Invisibility mode drain energy. Zero Gravity. Zero Gravity, where would I place this at? It goes in the C tier, because it actually has range moves, although they're very weak. Zero Gravity Uppercut has a long cooldown and does garbage damage. Zero Gravity Jump also has a long cooldown, it doesn't travel very far. The third move, Falling Rock, is also weak, as you may have guessed. I don't know much about the fourth or fifth move, but I'd imagine they are below average for fourths and fifths. Zero Gravity is trash, but not D tier or F tier. Hellflame. I think it's this one. Hellflame's a very low A tier. It does good damage, but it doesn't do the best damage. Jet Burn does alright damage if it hits, but it has very chunky end lag. Vanishing Fist doesn't travel very far, nor does it do much damage. It does do knockback though. Incinerate you're almost never going to hit. Hell Spider has a good range, I'll give you that, but it's weak and has a high cooldown. Prominence Burn on the other hand is just a bootleg version of Prominence Flash, and has an extremely long cooldown. If you miss your moves with Health Flame, you might be in a bit of trouble. Air Cannon is low as B tier. All of its moves can be blocked, and I had to learn that the hard way. Air Boost is a good dodge though, but if you're max level and you don't spend any stats into energy, you only have like 16 jumps and you would need strength because Air Cannon doesn't do that much damage. It's a very low B tier. Half Hot, Half Cold is very high A tier. It can do amazing combos and freezes a player for the exact same time of the amount that an NPC would. You heard me right. However, I'm not a half hot, half cold main, so I don't know much of the quirk. It's very good though. Explosion. Explosion's a solid A tier. Explosive Fist is a great one move. A successful good stun grenade could equate to 2 or 3 explosive fists, or if your opponent decides to block you, you can maybe mix it up and do AP shot as well. Or that's if they block. You don't know what you're doing when you're blinded and your quirk skills are postponed from you like the first 5 seconds. Blast Rush Turbo is a great escape, great way to connect moves, and just good in general. Although it doesn't do damage unlike Fierce Wings, AP shot's good. It does like 150% of the damage that an explosive fist would do, and has more range, can be charged, and block breaks. Howitzer Impact is sort of hard to hit, but it block breaks, it does maybe a tiny bit more damage than AP shot does, creates a lot of dust and smoke, and puts you in there for a tiny bit, which may or may not confuse your enemies for a bit.
Hi, it is your friendly robot going to give you my opinion on Phoenix. Phoenix in my opinion is the best quirk. Phoenix in general is very agile, all of its moves create or stop momentum in some way. Phoenix Wing Flap has decent AoE and can keep your enemies back and stuns, as well as decent damage. Phoenix Fireball is a great move in my opinion because it can bring you in there and potentially dodge moves that were on the ground, and depending on your cursor it shoots a fireball that does also great damage, and if you're good at reading an opponent you can almost all the time hit this. Phoenix Revitalization heals only like for around 60 HP, it does not scale with HP but it will stop momentum that either come from knockback or in the air, it could maybe save you from burn damage. Phoenix Dash does less damage than Phoenix Wing Flap but it's a teleportation move and you could dash right through opponents stunning them yet again but only for a smaller time, and Phoenix Finisher Kick is nuts, if you're close enough it auto tracks but Phoenix Finisher Kick has a high range and does amazing damage and twists your camera in almost like a cutscene. Phoenix overall can do combat on the ground and in the air. Great quirk, S tier.
Well, thank you, Mr. Robot, for giving your opinion on Phoenix for me. Now, since I'm a One For All main, I'm gonna talk about One For All. One For All, in my opinion, is low A tier. This might be a little biased, but also for future's sake, because this is before the PvP update that might or might not buff One For All, but also because this is my tier list. Texas Smash is the highest damaging move, but it has horrible end lag, but it also block breaks, so it's about even. Delaware Smash, if you pull it off correctly, should have no end lag. However, it is the weakest move and can be blocked. Good move to keep your enemies at a distance. Super Jump is a horrible move and should boost you up in the air for a longer time, or it should take less time, or just be replaced by another move. However, it could possibly help if your opponent for whatever reason does not bother to check up in the air, and they get hit. Detroit Smash does more damage than Delaware Smash, but still less than Texas Smash. It has around the same end lag as Texas Smash, but its AoE is more around you, where you are, instead of in front of you like Texas Smash. It does not block break. Full counting is best when you're at max level, and as level caps become higher, this mode should get higher stats. But speed is increased by 300 at max level, power is increased by 250 at max level, and defense is increased by 300, I believe. Full counting does not drain that much energy, around the same energy as like shock absorption. And One For All has the highest Swift strength, but that still does not compensate for its mediocre moveset. However, it's still A tier, low A tier.
Alright, so basically since I'm tired, an engine is the final quirk. I'm going to give a lazy explanation. For some reason, the developer thought giving a rare quirk this much power was a good idea, and by that I mean speed adding up to the quirk's power, all of its moveset, and you can stack boosters. Recipro burst in the custom weapon engine, and it's unfair stuns, and it's extremely hard to hit nature, and you can add defense to make it even more sufferable to players. It's an S tier. Thank you for listening to my tier list. If I said anything wrong or my tier list is wrong, or if you think your opinion is better than mine, please let me know in the comments. And the reason why there is no F tier is because the quirks aren't F tier trash, they still serve a purpose. Any is just to make the tier list look better. Anyways, thanks you for watching.
I am going to shove my fucking croissant up your ass if you use engine don't fall into the rabbit hole, so trusted you. Okay, bye.